I'm Linda Kenny Bodden, and right now we're going to switch gears again to Las Vegas with a suspect in the 1996 shooting death of rapper Tupac Shakur pled not guilty during his arraignment yesterday. Duane Keefe D. Davis appeared in court without an attorney, as his former attorney, Ross Goodman, parted ways with him, citing that his client was not able to meet the terms of their agreement. It's not yet clear who will be representing the murder suspect going forward, but Davis was arrested at the end of September for the death of famed rapper Tupac Shakur. The young artist died as a result of his injuries he sustained in Las Vegas in a drive-by shooting. Davis is the last living suspect and previously admitted to being in the car the night of the incident. So let's take a listen now to that hearing from yesterday.
You understand the proceedings that are happening here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, are you familiar with the one charge that you're facing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that charge?
Yes, ma'am.
As to that charge, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Sir, you have the right to have a jury trial set within 60 days. Would you like to invoke or waive that right?
Go ahead.
Okay? This case is going to be assigned to Department 2. This case is going to have a status check trial setting in Department 2. That date is?
November 7th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I plan on getting Mr. Goodman back on board as my attorney.
Okay, sir, if you choose to do that at any time, Mr. Goodman knows how to substitute in, and that can be done at any time. But for today's purposes, to get this case moving, the special public defender will be appointed to represent you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So Bob Hill, former president of New Jersey State Bar, trial attorney extraordinary, always at the top of the list. This is a hard case to prove, yes or no, because of the time.
Well, passage of time always inures to the benefit of the defense because you have witness recollection issues, you have unavailability of witnesses, as in this case. So it does make it more difficult. And I think central to this case, really, the reason they charged him was because of statements he actually made through the media. So, you know, where that goes, is that enough to convict in this case? We don't know. At this point, they're just trying to get the counsel issue under the Sixth Amendment resolved, and then they can go forward.
Yeah, and Katherine Lizardo, trial attorney down in Texas. Katherine, obviously, they couldn't come to the terms of agreement, meaning they couldn't come to a pay agreement that both agreed on, Mr. Goodman and the client. Now here, though, there was admissions, supposedly, that he passed the gun back to his nephew in the back, and the nephew shot Tupac. But I guess even if he made those admissions, the question is what he thought when he passed the gun back. Did he tell somebody to shoot? He's certainly not going to admit that now.
Exactly. And with the passage of time, like you mentioned, and like what Bob mentioned, it's going to be difficult for the prosecution to prove all that, even though he supposedly admitted in different media outlets that he was the mastermind of the shooting. Notably, the prosecution is not seeking death penalty in his murder case, likely because of that hurdle that they have to get through because of all of the witnesses and evidence have been different. Even Vegas doesn't look the same anymore since 1996, so the crime scene does not look the same anymore. So a lot of evidence are gone.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this transpires and what the prosecution proves and is not able to prove. I really want to thank both of you. Bob Hill, let me just thank you first because you've been with me for the whole 3 hours here, sitting in that chair, helping our viewers and their analysis of cases. And Katherine Lizardo, it's always too short a time to have you on when you're only on for 1 hour. I want everyone to listen to her TED Talk. It's fabulous. I'm Linda Kenny Bodden. I will be back with you next Wednesday, but we're going to continue on with our regular programming. Stay tuned.